Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. And as of now, we're able to log in and log out. So like if I can Alex Merced pineapple. Yay! So now that we have that done, now we just need to actually start building out the functionality in our login area. So let me just close some of these extra windows. So again, that's going to be in this area here, the user area. So let's think about this. We're going to want our notes. So we're going to give each note a div. Okay. And we'll give these divs a class of note so we can style them later. And this will get a v4 because we're going to create a loop over all the notes. Okay, so I'm going to create a variable called notes. So we'll just say we're going to loop over note of notes. Okay, and then we actually just add that variable to our JS. So let's go back to our data object in view, all the way back up here. And we're going to add notes as a variable. It's going to be an empty array for now. Okay, and once that gets updated, we will... Okay. And what we're going to do is that for each note, we'll have an h1 with the note. The note.message should be the property. And then we're going to have a button for delete. And a button for update. Cool. Okay, and that'll be that for now. So now we need to create a function that gets the notes. So let's see where this last method finished. Handle sign up, that starts there, ends there. So then get notes should be here. Okay, and then get notes, what it will do is it's gonna just do a fetch. So fetch, and we need to get the URL, so I'm gonna copy that line to get the URL again. Copy. Okay, fetch backticks URL / notes. Okay, then that's it because there's a get request, but we actually have to pass in the token, so we have to do more. So we have to do method. It's a get request. Then we need to do headers. And in headers, we need to do an authorization token. And that's going to have the word bearer space. And then we're going to interpolate this dot token, because that should be saved in the data now, because we saved it when we did logged in. Okay. Cool. So then we have to do our normal .then stuff. So .then .then response is response.json, and then .then the data we get, and the data should just be the array of notes. So we should just be able to do this .notes equals data. That should work. Cool. So then there's the function. So whenever we need to update the notes, we just call that function. The first time I want to call that function is when they log in. So when they log in, right here where we're kind of setting login to true, we'll also run that function. So this dot get notes there. And let's give this a shot. Save. Refresh. Alex Merced pineapple. And see, I got all the notes that we've created so far. Okay, and give them all delete and update buttons, which don't do anything right now, but you know, we're on the way. So we can now, we have the R in CRUD done. We can read our notes. Okay, cool. So now we should probably create some notes. So let's create a note. Let's figure out where that's going to be in the HTML first. That should probably be above this div. So we'll do an H1 new note. Then we're going to have an input. Type equals text. Of type equals text, which is going to be v model new note is what we'll call it. I'll add that to my list of data. So new note, which should be an empty string. Type text and then a button. Create note. And we're gonna just be on click equals new note. And just in case, I'll add the dot prevent to it. Okay. Not new note, create note. I'm gonna create a create note function. Create note. Okay. So let's go back to our app.js and create a create note function. I'm going to need the URL again, so I might as well just copy that. Okay. Create note function. Okay, so let's see here. All we really need here is we need the URL, so we'll get that. We need the const the note, which is supposed to be an object. Const the new note is going to equal an object. That object is just really going to need one thing inside of it, the message. So message, because that's the name of the field. Message, and the message is going to be this dot new note. That's the field that we saved that's the thing we bound the input form to. Okay, this dot new note. So now we have this object that has a message. And then we just do the fetch. So fetch. And again, it's going to be the URL. And it's going to be slash notes, except now it's going to be a post request. So method post. Method post. Headers. I need to include the content type header. So content type. Application JSON, so that way it knows what data we're sending. And again, that caused a lot of trouble last time for misspelling it, so make sure you type it right. Then there's the authorization header. And I'm going to use backticks here, so bearer. And then we interpolate the token. This dot token. Okay, so we have the token, so that's done. Then the body. The body would just be JSON.stringify the note. Okay, and then we don't need to do anything with the response there. We don't care about the response because to keep it simple, we'll just get notes. So this dot get notes, that'll update the notes. Although I do want to make sure we clear out the form. So this dot new note equals an empty string again, and that should do it. So let's refresh so I can log in. Alex Merced, pineapple. I can log in. Let's create a new note. Cheese 55. Create note. Let's see if we got added. No. Let's take a look over here. Cheese 55. There it is. Okay. So cheese 55. Okay, and I realized the reason why that didn't work the way I wanted it to work the first time is because I should put that still in the, I should put that in the dot then. Because then it's going to not wait for the fetch to be done. So I should still do the dot thens. So dot then, but it's fine if I just do it in the response one. I can just do response and then just do it there because I don't really care about turning the response to JSON. I just don't want this to happen, Control X, until after this is done. Okay, so I'm gonna move that into there. Save. Let's refresh. Alex Merced, pineapple. Now I should have 2 cheese 55s because I accidentally did it twice. Let's do cheese 89. And now I have cheese 89. Okay, so I'm able to create messages, and now if I log out, so if I hit the log out button down here, and if I log in as another account, so Alex Merced 2, pineapple. Okay, see, I only have that one note. So now I have it where I can log in different accounts, and depending on which account I'm in, I can see the right notes. Because again, the way we set up our API, because of the token we send in, it's only going to load up that user's notes. And same thing goes for all the different routes. Same thing with create. It's going to make sure that so since we made those changes, you know, life gets real easy on the front end. So in the next video, we'll do update and delete. Now let me just add one on this account. So let's see here. This works. And it adds it. Nice. And then again, I can log out and just keep logging in. I can create new accounts. So we've added quite a bit of functionality already. It doesn't look very pretty, but again, some styling works magic pretty quickly once we get it all working. I'll see you guys in the next video.